Millions of Americans. President Kennedy's final stop before landing in Dallas was here in Houston, where he addressed the League of United Latin American Citizens Council. It was the first time an American president appeared before a Latino organization. We first looked back at this historic visit last week, and we continue today with Jim Montero, a former Houston police officer assigned to guard the president that day, Ernest, who was also there 50 years ago, and Maldonado, president of LULAC Council 60. Welcome to all of you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's just kind of go down the line real quick. Mr. Montero, you were an officer assigned to HPD, I'm assuming,
yes,
to protect the president. First off, when you get that call and that responsibility, that duty, what do you think?
Well, at that moment, my partner and I were called in and told to report to the Rights Hotel to meet two other fellow officers and our two supervisors. Meet with the Secret Service people. The president's coming in, and we were picked as assigned to guard the president that night, that special LULAC event. And you really don't know what to think about it. You know, it's an important event for the president to be coming down here, and then to be selected to be there. So many officers, it was an honor.
All right, and Mr. Eguia, you were there at the event as well. What's your recollections about it?
Well, I have to give credit to John Herrera, who organized the event. He was a past national president of LULAC and a member of LULAC Council 60. And he was the one that organized this event for that evening.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Mr. Montero, he assigned people to do certain things that evening. He assigned Gilbert Gomez, another member, and myself, both members of LULAC Council 60, to be at the door of the Crystal Ballroom when the president would arrive.
So once he arrives, what's the vibe in the air? What's it like there?
Oh gosh, if I could probably say in one word, I would say it was exhilarating, because it happened so fast, and it was just a mob of people there. Everybody came in at once. Everybody came in at once.
All right, Mr. Maldonado, current president, LULAC
Yes.
Council 60. You guys have other events coming up, but that was the first time an American president had addressed a Latino organization.
Well, that's the first time in the history that we can recall that he did make a presentation appearance. Not only appeared, but spoke before a predominantly Latino organization. So they put LULAC on the map. It started to get the community more active, not only in the community, but in politics as well, as voters and as candidates.
All right, Mr. Eguia, pretty festive time, fair to say as well, just receiving the president here in the Houston area, and of course before a Latino crowd.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
It's just indescribable, because those things don't happen but once in a lifetime. So to see the president come in with his wife and the other dignitaries, for instance, Lyndon Johnson. I had not seen Lyndon Johnson since he was a teacher here at Sam Houston High School, and I was a student there. So I hadn't seen Lyndon Johnson for years also. And it was just something that I was very honored to be there.
How was the First Lady received as well?
Oh, God. Like a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like a queen, like the queen that she was.
And what's your best recollection of the night? The one you probably share with family and friends, you know, when everybody gets together.
I would say that my recollection is that it was just like a mob of people there getting together, and everybody was just having a good time.
Okay.
Everybody.
Mr. Montero, I definitely want to ask you, obviously at that point you're a law enforcement officer assigned to protect the president. Obviously everything goes fine here in Houston. We know the next day what happens in Dallas. He's assassinated.
Right.
Given the job you had just done the night before, then you get the news like everyone else of what's happened in Dallas. What goes through your mind at that point?
Well, I was real grateful, thank God that nothing happened here in Houston, and I felt real sadness for the officers there in Dallas, what they have to go through, because this is something that's hard to really expect or even stop sometimes, because you don't know. He was out in the open, and they had officers everywhere to try to protect the president and his wife. And so when something like that happens, I was traveling to San Antonio when it came over the radio. And I had to pull over off the highway because the shock that hit me. And I thought, my God, I was with him the night before. And I remember being right in front of him, and my duty was to watch the people for anything unusual, nothing happened, to protect the president. And then when he came in with Jackie Kennedy, and then the vice president was there, and then the governor, I said, this is something special, a great event here at LULAC for all my people, the Spanish-speaking people. And I remember when Jackie Kennedy started speaking, my job was to keep my eyes on the crowd. When she started speaking, real slow and clear and in Spanish, I had to turn and look at her. And I said, what a beautiful woman, those big eyes of hers, the big smile, and speaking good Spanish. And the president was smiling at her. And then, of course, I had to get back to my garden people, make sure, because everybody's getting closer and closer. Everybody was excited. And then when she quit speaking, the crowd went crazy, you know. And so I thought all about this, man. It's just, I thank God that nothing happened here. But pray for those guys down there in Dallas. I mean, it's, you got to feel for them because this is something they got to live through all their lives. And how do you stop it?
Well, yeah, tough day for the entire nation. It was a huge event here for the city of Houston, and of course a lot of the Latino organizations that were involved. Mr. Maldonado, we've also got another event coming up to recognize that the president's arrival here in Houston as well. Something coming up later on?
Yes, next month on the 21st, LULAC Council 16 will host a reception commemorating the 50th anniversary of the president's visit with LULAC. And the day before, on November 20th, we'll be having a symposium over at the University of Houston Hilton Hotel.
All right, yeah, November 21st, you said, I believe, the Rice Lofts, and then we've also got a big MC, you guys, ABC correspondent John Quinones, Master of Ceremonies, there as well.
Yes, we're very excited to have him here.
Okay, should be a big event. Gentlemen, I appreciate you all coming on and sharing your recollections about a great time for us here in Houston, but also the following day, a time of mourning for the entire nation. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, his work turns heads while keeping a